Regardless of the language, regardless of the continent, regardless of the time of year, the space, everywhere I go, when young people hear I'm from Oakland, they ask me if I knew Tupac. And I said, nah, it's not. Not everybody knows each other in Oakland like that. But the point that Tupac's, right, narrative, right, it's not just hip-hop, because they don't know all the hip-hop artists. But young people all over the globe know Tupac. Tupac's been dead since 1996. And yet young people today in Sweden, all over Europe, all over the globe, constantly listen to Pac. Right? And as educators, this is incumbent upon us to understand what is it about Tupac's message, different from all the other rappers, all the other hip-hop artists, that has allowed him to transcend all the barriers we say we want to transcend in education. He transcends race. He transcends class. He transcends global boundaries, geography, all of those things. He's been able, that message has carried and continues to resonate with generation after generation after generation of young people. And I think one of the reasons why is because of Pac's message, the metaphor he gave, describing the young people that I work with, describing people like me, that grow up in the concrete, as roses that grow in the concrete. And that's how I think about our work. In the community where I live and work, there's not a lot of resources. It is an accurate metaphor to describe us as growing in the concrete. And yet in every patch of concrete, there's cracks. Right? And what Tupac says about the roses that grow in concrete, he says, when you see a rose growing in the concrete, you don't question its damaged petals. Of course it has damaged petals. It's growing in the concrete. Instead, you celebrate its tenacity and its will to reach the sun. As educators, we have a choice every time we step in front of young people. We can see them for their damaged petals. We can see them as half empty. Or we can see them as roses. We can see them for their tenacity and their will to reach the sun. We can identify the half full. And when you identify the half full in young people, the glass fills and it overflows.